What's going on, people? It's your boy MMA-Kreese coming back to you with another video. And today, um, last week it was really rough. I'm sorry I did not put out any content out or whatever. Some personal stuff came up with a lot of things behind the scenes, but I'm here. I'm back, and this is going to be my final thoughts on Kathleen Kennedy leaving Star Wars. Um, yeah, and Dave Filoni taking over. And so, just to recap, Kathleen Kennedy was basically saying that she didn't do nothing wrong. She doubled down, actually tripled down on how the fans were towards her, and she knows that the fans don't like her or whatever. And she knows that she ruined a lot of things about Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Willow, all those good things. And she doesn't care. She made it abundantly clear in the discussion films article, I believe, which I will try to leave the description down in the link inside the description. And yeah, she said her only regret was the that the Solo movie could have done better. And just my final thoughts on this whole entire Kathleen Kennedy situation and what's going on. Listen, Kathleen Kennedy is the epitome of she is a great producer because like if you go back and what she was a producer on, like, E.T., Jurassic Park, Hook, and many other movies that we all know and love. Like producer wise, she's good. She's good at managing budgets. She's a great manager. Okay, she's a great store manager. Um, she gets things done. She gets people to talk to each other. But as far as a creative and studio head, that's not her niche. That's not her thing. And yeah, that's why we have the stuff that we had. And I think when George Lucas gave his baby to Disney, he made sure that he got Kathleen Kennedy because one, it's a name per se that he can sort of what trust, but she snaked him. In my honest opinion, like they're not cool with each other. Like obviously, like there's some repercussions on that because like he gave her the game plan to make the next three Star Wars movies to give her a great battle plan on how Star Wars works, and she did not do it. She wanted to do her own thing. Now, to be fair, if you want to do your own thing, that's fine. But you gotta have the juice. You have to be good. You have to be good. Because if you're not good, then you get what you get. I mean, the sequel trilogy. And shout out to my guy, uh, Jacob, the Chosen One. He says this all the time. If you watch the movies apart, they are somewhat good movies. I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's my boy. And if Jacob is watching, shout out to him once again. I don't necessarily agree with them being individually good movies either, but for the sake of the argument, let's just go with what he says or whatever. But as a trilogy, they are just not good. I think as a trilogy and as singular movies, they're bad. And like I despise all three of those Star Wars movies. The only good Star Wars project that I can give Kathleen Kennedy credit on is Rogue One. Like that was a good thing because it felt like Star Wars. It was awesome. Like the Andor series, like she didn't have nothing to do with it. Like the Andor verse. If you want to give Kathleen Kennedy on that quote unquote credit, then yeah, go ahead and give her on that quote unquote credit or whatever. But all the other stuff is just horrible, man. Uh, Last Jedi. Saying that Man, the way she threw Ryan Johnson under the bus saying that he was a pussy, man. Like, oh, he got spooked by the fans. And Ryan Johnson had to rebuttal back saying, whoa, 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 ain't nobody scared of y'all or whatever. Nah, nah, nah. We ain't doing that. Nah. So another thing, her guy that she's gonna pass the legacy down to, like her quote unquote her second in command, Dave Filoni. Um, in the last video, I'm just gonna say what I said. I'd never trust a man with a lisp. Um, I do. Okay, does every director deserve a second chance? Sure. So, we haven't seen Dave Filoni actually direct a full movie before, a full live action movie before. So we like it's pending on how this Mando and Grogu movie is gonna be doing. So yeah, it's 50-50 with the Mando and Grogu movie because like we're in this state where okay, people still care. Is there people that still care about Star Wars, or do people don't care about Star Wars? We don't know. We have to see what happens with the box office. Me personally, I don't think it's $1 billion film, but I think it will make money. I think it'll make a 700. I think it make about roughly make about 700 to 800 million in the box office, in my opinion. Um, and also if if we're being generous, let's just say, hey, you know what? Mando movie did great, did amazing, but so now this greens lights us to do more Star Wars movies. So we already know that Dave Filoni is going to use Ahsoka a lot. Like that's his. I think that's his main. Like I think that's his biggest thing. That's that's his. That's his guy. That's her. That's his girl. Like I expect Ahsoka to be in almost every single Star Wars project, or hinted of Ahsoka being in the next couple Star Wars projects going forward. And I see that that's not going to be good if you have an oversaturation of a character. I don't think it's going to be good, in my opinion. I think Star Wars Episode 10, I think Rey does come back or whatever, and I believe that Ahsoka will be her Obi-Wan Kenobi, basically, like, will teach her the ways of the Force going forward. And yeah, me personally, I just think Star Wars is done. Star Wars is dead, and it's just a waste of time. But yeah, this is going to be my final movie. I mean, my final thing on Kathleen Kennedy. She's gone, allegedly. She's gone. She's not doing her thing anymore. And you know what? It is what it is. Star Wars is dead. Who cares anymore? Dave Filoni, if you guys want to give him a chance, sure, but he's the one who's been pushing all the DI woke crap that we've been getting in Star Wars. So I don't expect anything to change. To be my honest, 100% honest opinion, Dave Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy snaked George Lucas, and there's only 6 Star Wars films. So like, share, and subscribe. We're at like our guest is gonna be Jessica Lindstrom, aka Miss ABF Finger, Mrs. ABF Finger, Alec Baldwin's finger, whoever is going to be on our show this Thursday, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, on For the Homies. So like, share, and subscribe, and peace out.